Hi everyone. We are here, night five. We going over the Netflix series Sex Life. This is episode five, and this episode is titled "The Sound." Oops, my chair slid down. The Sound of the Suburbs. So I'm gonna bring in Chef Kev, who's been hanging out with me and
Hey, what's good?
breaking down this series episode by episode. What's going on, Kevin?
Nothing much, nothing much. Chilling, chilling,
All
chilling.
right, good. So this is episode five of the series Sex Life on Netflix. This episode is called "The Sound of the Suburbs," and Francis is in the building. Hold on one second. She got a visitor with her. We can't talk dirty with the visitor on her. Hold on one second. Hey,
Okay.
Kennedy. Oh my
Say
God.
hi.
Who you got with you?
This is my great niece, Denise.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So we gotta keep it all the way clean.
No, absolutely not. She has no idea.
We gotta keep it all the way clean. So this is episode five, Sex Life, the sound of the suburbs, okay? And in this particular episode, they got into a lot of things and they finally addressed the diary. Okay, so they finally addressed the diary, and Billy did mention something that we kind of talked about and touched on how she wanted her adventure, but she also wanted her happily ever after. And that's how she kind of ended up with Brad. And she is the one, this is something we talked about yesterday. She's the one that said, let's move to Connecticut full time. Okay, so for all y'all want to try to come down on Brad, okay?
I
Not
never
Brad. Why
said
do
that
I
he
keep saying
forced it.
Brad? Why y'all want to come down on Cooper? She's the one that said, "Let's move to the suburbs full time." So
Why
that's
did she
something that
want to do that
happened.
for real?
Say
Tell
that
the
again.
truth. Why?
Oh,
Why did she
because
want to do that
she
for
wanted to
real?
get away from Brad.
Exactly.
But
So
that's neither here nor there.
don't make it out to be that she told Cooper the reason why. She never told Cooper about this man.
She didn't, but he kind of addressed that too, because like I said, they finally addressed the diary, and he said, my real problem is not that you just writing. You're not writing about everything you did back then. You're writing about him. You're writing about one person. And he straight out asked her, which we know she lied. He straight out asked her, are you still in love with him? And she was like, no. But of course, because of all of her actions and everything that she's doing, it is simply a lie. So because she wanted to, and I'm not going to get through the rest of the stuff just yet. I'll read it into our conversation. But because she wanted to prove to her husband that she is over Brad, she convinced her bestie Sasha to pretend as if, Sasha and Brad were a couple, okay, and convince them to go to dinner. She said, "Let's go to dinner together," and Sasha agreed because that's really her boo. I will say this: Sasha is really Billy's like BFF. Okay, Sasha did it for her because she loves Billy so much. So she was like, "Okay, I'll convince Brad to go to dinner with us." So that we can, your husband can, be convinced that, there's nothing going on with you and Brad. So we're going to stop the conversation right there for a minute, and we're going to delve into this. One, of course, she's still writing in this darn diary, but I mean, we ain't going to stop her with that. But two, she convinces Sasha to go to dinner with her and her husband and bring Brad along so that, she can convince her husband that there's nothing between her and Brad. So, what do we think about that, Kevin? And we could go into the whole dinner, which was a epic fail. It was a disaster. And it was a disaster partly because Brad is so arrogant. He's so arrogant. He's so arrogant, it's out of control. But go ahead, Kev. What do you think about that piece of it? But and even before that, this is the part I kind of didn't understand a little bit. When she was getting ready for dinner, what I didn't understand is when he came home and he saw she wasn't dressed yet and she had the three outfits on the bed, he got a little emotional about that. So I was a little bit confused about why he was so emotional that she wasn't dressed yet. But Kev, go ahead. Your thought.
Well, first of all, Brad says it. I don't know how you don't see it, but he said, "I'm just a long rebound," and that's what she married a rebound. I don't care how you want to slice it and dice it. He was the
Mm-hmm.
rebound guy,
Mm-hmm.
and so because they didn't have these discussions, because they never got in debt with it, and she tried to use, well, I didn't want you to know I had sex with a lot of guys. He let her know he still loves her, but she talks about Brad in the diary, and specifically about one person. Hey, Sassy. And so you're talking about this one guy, the sex y'all had, everywhere you had sex, how unbelievable it is. Who would not, after reading that, how could you not feel like the rebound guy? And so I know you don't think that, but I don't know how you cannot. So that right there, and then this is where
It said
this
the
is where the
same
selfishness
thing
this is where the selfishness comes in. He's letting her know, like, are you in love with him or whatever, you know? Because and he's being dishonest too, because he says, well, the kids work. I just don't think about sex like that no more. He doesn't tell her his equipment. He has a problem with his equipment. So both of them are being dishonest or not revealing things. But I mean, you can clearly see. He can see it. I mean, she can't hide it. And so I already knew that dinner was a mistake because she wouldn't be able to hide it. And why he got mad is you got 7 dresses laid out on the bed and you're going to have dinner with your ex. You better throw that dress on and keep it moving.
But she's going with her husband. She's not going to have dinner with the ex. Her husband is going too.
Don't
That's
do
the
that.
point.
Don't do that. Do not do that. First of all, why do you need to dress that sexy for your ex?
Her husband was
She want
going.
Brad to see what he missing.
Her husband was going. Sassy, help me out. What do you think? Her husband was going to this dinner. It's not like she just dressed up for Brad. She's going with her husband too. And Brad is with
No, she's
Sasha.
doing this on her. Who asks their husband to go have dinner with the ex? How much sense does that make?
Oh, I mean, it makes no sense, but it makes Billy
Okay,
sense. But it
so
makes sense to Billy. It makes sense to Billy.
yeah,
He,
no,
he,
I'm
No,
not.
she put her foot in her mouth because when she brought up Sasha, just like
he
Brad
did.
got punched in the mouth, she got punched in the mouth with his comments and she was failing. So now she digging. Oh, he was Sasha. And he said, that's your girl. She gonna lie for you. Prove to me you're not in love with her. I'll prove it. Let's have dinner together. You was a new fool. Mm-mm.
Why do you need to? Why do you
What is that
have
going to prove?
him?
And they
And
did a
the fact
bad job
you
at
laid
acting like they're
out
a couple.
outfits for this dinner instead of getting in the outfits. If you're smart, getting in those outfits and sending your husband a picture. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Is this good enough for you? And to make him feel better. See, you're trying to dumb down this relationship that you're writing and making it, it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to him because he's trying to prove himself by doing the things Brad did to you for you.
He's trying to save his marriage. But my
understand
thought,
that. I
right?
get all of that. I get,
Uh-huh.
but why are you trying to have sex the same way another man has sex with you? Do you?
Well, right,
Or
Do
the
you?
he feel,
the coil,
right.
whatever you call that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's feeling pressure now, right? He kind of even said that. It's like what can he do here? He said, "I wish I never read the book," but he read it. He read the diary. He said, "I wish I never read the diary," but he read it. Um, I'm gonna remove you for 1 second, Francis. So he said, I wish I never read the diary, but he read it. So he can't unread it, right? So it's like, what does he do from this point? Since he can't unread it, he's thinking to himself, well, let me try to give her what she's missing. Let me try to give her what she wants. Let me try to be, this sexual person that, satisfies her. That's what he
But
was trying to
that's where
do.
he's wrong. That's where this is
I'm not saying he's
listen.
right, but he's trying. He doesn't know what else to do. G said, I would have showed him the tape of Sasha and Brad. Sassy, stop. I can't. I can't.
But he's like I said, he's fishing. He's trying to make it happen. But the thing is this is that he was
Oh wait, you know what? Hold on 1 second, Kevin. I just thought about something what Sassy said. You would have showed them, would you have showed them the tape to prove like that they was really in a relationship together? That I'm thinking now, you just triggered something in my head. Yeah. Like, but then he would have been like, well, why do you even have this?
yeah,
So yeah,
why
she,
you
she yes, she was she's in a lose-lose situation
and that really
because
wasn't a
she's trying to
recording.
prove
That
a
was a live
lie.
stream, so it's not recorded. That was like FaceTime. It's not recorded.
Yeah. She's
So
screwed. And yes, Sassy, dinner made it worse. Dinner was an epic fail. And the bad thing about dinner was one, Brad is so arrogant. He's so arrogant, you could just jump across the table and choke him. And first of all, why was he sitting there? He was reminiscing.
but
Remember this? Why you not in school? That's what you love to do. Oh, you in the suburbs? You like it in the suburbs? He was messy.
first of all, if you're gonna play the lie, it's like something Denzel Washington said. If you're gonna act like you smoke a cigarette, smoke the cigarette. If you're gonna act like that's your girlfriend, how come you ain't walking holding hands? They just walked in like two guests. They walked in like she invited Sasha and Brad, not as a couple, two individuals, to dinner with her and her husband. That's what it seemed like.
Sassy agreeing with you. He agreeing with you.
So she didn't. It was never to the point where they came in. If you gonna play it off, put some acting to it. Come in holding hands, hugging. They showed no affection towards each other. No kissing, no nothing. Who gonna believe that? And then you asking questions across the table. He knew when he showed up and he saw her face that okay, she was it. And then you had a balls to follow her into the bathroom. Like, come on. And I'm
Well,
like,
listen, Kevin, why not? Because he already punked Connor. I keep going Connor. He already punked Cooper at the table. He already punked him.
man,
He
he got knocked
punked him
out.
the whole dinner.
That
And,
that
and
that
then and then she's getting off of every word that Brad is saying. She's sitting there having her own internal orgasm. I wanted to slap her. I'm like, girl, calm down.
you could have slapped her when she said let's have dinner together. There was
Well, but
nothing
you
good
know what
coming out
though?
of that.
That piece is not all on her. Some of that is the husband too. Some of that is Cooper. Like, yo, I would have been like, no, if they could be together, I'm not going to dinner with them. You going to dinner? Your wife, Kevin,
I think
is. Are
Cooper.
you going to that dinner?
No, but I think Cooper went to prove that she was. Cooper wanted to prove a point that she was lying.
I don't know if that's why he went. I think he's so gullible. Like, I think he wanted to go there and see. I don't think he was trying to prove that she was lying. I think he really wanted to try to see, is she really still in love with this guy? He already knew. He said Sasha is gonna lie for you. He already knew that. So I think he wanted to see the reaction of the guy. But again, you see, he had to get emotional with the guy, with Brad at the table. He told him to shut the F up, like, shut up. He said, I know guys like you. And he said, guys like you, he said, would they come to me afterwards? So he said that.
Mhm. But nothing good was gonna come out of that.
Oh, out of the dinner?
Hmm.
Well,
You
I
could, I
mean,
mean, just you could not have thought something good was gonna come out of that. And then,
well,
like I
see,
said,
she's so out of control in her mind, she can't even think straight. So she wants to save her marriage, but she still wants Brad. So in her mind, she was like, let me just go and save my marriage mode. And that's why I'm going to have this dinner and I'm going to try to prove to my husband that I don't want Brad and that Sasha is with him. Him going in the bathroom. See, but here's where she messed up too when he came in the bathroom. She should have just walked out. But no,
she
she
couldn't
stays and engaged in a conversation with him. I could have slapped her.
because she was stuck. She was stuck. Brad was when Brad walked through the door and she stood up. She was stuck.
Oh,
When he
you
kissed
mean
her
when
on the
he
cheek,
first came in the restaurant?
yeah, she was stuck. When he kissed her on the cheek, she was done. If her husband wasn't there, Brad could have hit that in the bathroom. That's why Sasha was through with them, because Sasha's like, you're here to prove to your husband that you're not in love with Brad, and then you go with the shenanigans, and here's Brad going in the room being messy. Brad would have got, man, look, Brad lucky he ain't getting knocked out. Brad lucky he
Well,
ain't getting knocked out.
so we'll move forward. She has this whole thing in the bathroom, which again, she's just messing up all the way around because she should have left. And so now Cooper leaves, okay? Cooper leaves and he goes to meet the boss, so that he can meet the other people that, are he's partnering with in this job. So he goes there. So let's talk about Francesca. And by the way, she's beautiful. She's beautiful, but that don't have nothing to do with nothing. But the boss is beautiful. But let's talk about how messy Francesca is.
I mean, we know from the last episode, but the bottom line is she's the rebound girl if he would have went that way.
You keep
So
talking this rebound. Before we get to her being a rebound girl, one, she's wrong on every level. The fact that
yeah,
she's the boss. Two, she's an opportunist because she knows he's going through something, and every single chance she gets, she's trying to just jump up on him. Okay, and
but
and
she ain't throwing the monkey. She ain't throwing the monkey wrench in their program. She just put the off out there. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but it's not like she's trying to disrupt their marriage. She put the offer. She's not doing what Cooper did. She's not doing what Cooper. Cooper's a whole nother beast.
you
She's
talking
not
about
showing.
Brad? You mean Brad?
I mean, Brad. She's not doing what Brad did. So she's not showing up. I mean, calling is, yeah, but the other way about it, I mean, she's messy, but she's not as messy as Brad. She's
Well,
nowhere
the only
near.
reason why she's not as messy as Brad is because they don't have the history. She said he was yelling at the TV the whole dinner. Girl. First of all, to go back to the darn dinner, Brad is so arrogant. I can't get over his level of arrogance. But you know what? He knows how to pluck Cooper's buttons. He just sit there all smug because he's not getting loud. He don't change his voice. He's just saying his little words, and he plucks Cooper buttons every time. But Cooper lets him know that he's able to pull his card. So Brad really has Cooper and Billy wrapped around his finger. Brad
Mhm.
knows what to say to Cooper so Cooper can lose it. And Brad knows also what to say to Billy, so Billy can lose it too. But they just losing, their emotions are different because Billy emotions is still attached to their relationship from the past versus Cooper is pissed because it's like, yo, this is my wife. This is my wife that you messing with. This you trying to mess up my happy home, my home. I'll say that. You trying to mess up my home and my marriage. So yes, girl, I was at the TV like, yo, girl, if you don't get your whole life together. And then she tried to, grab, her husband's hand to be like, no, this is my husband. I love him. But, even the husband knew like, this is a hot mess. This is a mess. But where she really took it all the way wrong is in the bathroom. Cause like I said, Kevin, I would have been screaming and yelling, but I would have got out that bathroom. I wouldn't even care if was feeling for Brad. I'll be feeling for him, but guess what? My husband is in this restaurant. I'll be yelling, help, help, get me out the bathroom. A man came in the bathroom. I would not have stayed in that bathroom with him. And that's why when Cooper came in the bathroom, he was pissed. He was like, yo, Billy, what? He addressed Brad. But he said, yo, Billy, like, what you doing? I love you. This is our life. This, what are you doing? I can't even trust you anymore. So it's like, Brad, I mean, Brad is going to be Brad because he don't have nothing to lose. He only has something to gain. Even if he was to sleep with her and they don't get together afterwards, he still got more to gain. He has nothing to lose. Billy has everything to lose. And she's going to lose it because she acting a fool.
Okay, I know he went to have dinner or meet up with Francesca.
Mm-hmm.
Then he spent the night at her house. He
We
came
don't
back
know
sleep.
that though.
He spent the night out. All I know is this: that next morning, I'd have been with a divorce lawyer, getting myself. What?
Kevin, you gonna stop. You gonna
Stop
stop.
what? So you gonna tell me? Look at how Billy looked at Brad from the diary to at dinner. You thought that marriage could be saved?
I know people that stay through work. So
She tried to prove something, and it went. She tried to prove she's not everything she wrote prior to that. She's talking about the sex she missed, his technique, all these things, or whatever. Now you go to the dinner, you see her look at this man like she's never looked at you, and she can't even get herself together. And then he's in the bathroom with her. Man, please. Man, please.
I mean, let's see. Let's
I
see
ain't
if
that good a Christian.
well, you know what? I think it's more to do with the fact that one, he's constantly saying it to her. He says it to everybody that he encounters. I love my wife. He said it to Francesca. He said it to his friend the one he worked with and he knows. He says it all the time. He said it to Billy. I love my wife. He loves her. What he just doesn't know how to do right now. And he asked Sasha. He straight out asked Sasha, get the check, please.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, he straight up asked Sasha, he said, are they having sex? He said, are they having sex? And Sasha said no. And I really feel like he trusts Sasha because he knows, like, they're good friends, but he also knows, like, because Sasha did tell him the truth at that point. She said, listen, she's going through like a midlife crisis. So, but she said she did not sleep with Brad. So she kind of reassured him. So he knows right now he's still kind of dealing with, this situation of her being in between this world right here, him, the kids, the suburbs, and then that world of her missing, this amazing sex and her single life, right? But she even said it in this episode that she's stuck between, she wants both worlds. She said, I want the adventure, but I also wanted the happily ever after. And that is why she went with Brad. But I'm not saying Brad is just a rebound. That's my opinion. But go ahead, you say what you want to
Cooper.
say.
I mean Cooper. She went with Cooper because Brad wasn't available.
Oh, you know what? I did catch that,
She wanted
Sassy.
happily ever after, but she wanted it with Brad. So she went to Cooper because Brad wasn't available.
So Sassy brings up a good point. She said Cooper and Francesca been messing around. Why was she saying I took this job because of you? She said it more than once. Um, you know what? I didn't take it that way. I took it that she was saying that since he's such, what is the word I want to use? I don't want to say good guy, but he is into, like, he is a good guy. So like, because he's responsible, because he thinks about a bigger picture, because this venture that they have now, it's to save cancer or whatever, right? It's like to
Mm-hmm.
cure cancer. So whatever she was doing before, it was just about the money. And now, so that's why she said, when I saw you doing this, you know, and it's something good, the greater good for the world. That's why. But we shall see soon. I will say this: she's absolutely gorgeous, but she is definitely a home wrecker, because it's like, this man is married, and she knows that he's having some trouble in his marriage. Go ahead, Kat.
She's messy, but I won't call her a home wrecker. She's coming in the middle. What she's doing is she's an opportunist, and she sees the house fall.
Opportunist, that's a home wrecker.
No, Brad's
Hold on,
don't. No,
go ahead,
Billy.
go ahead,
She
continue,
didn't
continue.
cause. She didn't cause Billy to do anything. She didn't cause Billy to do anything. She
She
didn't
did
cause
not
Billy.
cause Billy to do anything, but
She didn't
Kevin,
cause
if
Brad to do
you,
anything. So
but
so hold
no,
up. So listen to me. So if you're sitting there, right, and your relationship is failing, right, and I'm in the cut chilling, and so all of a sudden, um, I'm sitting there and I'm sitting back and I'm watching your situation. Now, you caused a mess, or I say your ex caused a mess by thinking about his ex, and it's causing problem in your relationship. And I'm sitting back here chilling. Now I see an opportunity because you over here crying. I come console you. I'm not the home wrecker. I may be an opportunist, but I'm not the home wrecker. I didn't cause that. I didn't cause the fire. I just happened to step in the situation. That's what Francesca did. She stepped in. I'm not saying she's right, but she's not a home wrecker. If she's sitting there watching on the sideline, here's my opportunity, and she goes for it.
well, let me say something, Kevin. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. If there's someone that I like and they're still in a situation, see me when you out of that situation, after you heal from that situation. If I'm still single, let's see what we can do. I'm not stepping in the side of it, the middle of it, around it, behind it. And I'm not giving you no advice, because I'm nobody's marriage counselor. So you and Boo Boo having trouble, y'all handle y'all keep that in your house. So you go over there and figure it out, or you go to a counselor. You do what you got to do. But guess what? I'm not being your confidant. Call your friends. You got some friends? Call your friends. Don't come to me. I'm not getting in the midst of that. It's none of my
I,
business, and I don't want no part of it.
I understand that part,
That's
and you're
true.
100% right. But what I'm saying to you is this: it's okay. A looter is
And wait,
wrong.
hold on one second, Kevin. Yes, you are right. Rock is right. Brad is never settling down. He's gonna be a bachelor for life. But we got to get more into it, because the way she at the end of this episode, when she let him in the house, I want to slap her. She don't have her whole mind is off. She's
You know who
gone.
that
She
is,
has
right?
lost it.
You know who
Yes,
that is, huh?
Ladon. Yes. Uh
Yeah.
huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now here's the deal. What I'm
Hmm.
saying is this: looting is wrong, right? You're looting is wrong. You're not. You're
Uh huh.
stealing, right? Now somebody throws the trash can through the window and busts the window. People start taking TVs, and somebody takes the TV and see the cops and put the TV down on the ground. And while the cop chases, somebody comes and picks up the TV. He's still wrong, but he didn't cause that. That's Francesca. So you can't say, oh, well, He destroyed the property. He didn't destroy the property. He just picked up the TV that was on the ground. It's still wrong, but he didn't destroy it. So if you arrest him, you can't arrest him for damaging the property. I didn't damage the property. Dude stole the TV out of Target. He saw the cop put it down. I saw an opportunity to grab the TV. I'm still wrong. I'm going to jail, but I didn't do that. And what I'm saying is, Francesca is wrong. I'm not excusing her situation, but you're calling her a home wrecker. She didn't wreck the home. She did not wreck the home. Billy and Brad is wrecking at home. She just picked up the TV and said, "Okay, this is mine." And she's an opportunist.
Kevin, you're gonna go through levels of wrong, right? You're gonna go through there's different levels of wrong. She's wrong.
I'm not saying she's not, but I still agree with the title home wrecker.
All right, so you don't like the title home wrecker, opportunist. It's the same difference, but I'll remove the title of home wrecker. She's an opportunist, and she dead wrong, and she's wrong on two different levels because she's the boss. So she's wrong in terms of an employee situation, employee supervisor situation. She's wrong because he's married. She just dead wrong all the way around, and she could cause a whole HR situation. And that's why she, I don't know which episode it is. We only got 3 more left. That's why when she said, I got to tell HR about a situation coming up in another episode, I was like, girl, tell them about yourself. How you going after a married man who's your employee?
Well, that was different because it was a report.
It ain't different. You are not supposed to, you on the job, and Francis, you're muted, but you're not supposed to on the job, and you're the supervisor, be sleeping with one of the people that you supervise or trying to go after one of the people that supervise. I'm gonna tell you a true story, Kevin. There was 2 co-workers on a job. The one guy was married. The wife called the job and said that woman is fornicating and doing whatever with my husband, and they got fired. None of that happened on the job. They got fired. You are not supposed to be, first of all, and then to make it even worse, he's married.
Absolutely.
He's married.
No, but what I'm saying
wrong,
is,
Kevin.
no,
she's pretty, Kevin, but she's wrong.
I'm not saying she was right. I'm not saying she was right.
You just don't like the title I gave.
Because I've seen a home wrecker. People where you.
She's borderline on it. She's a borderline home wrecker. She's a borderline home wrecker. And she came this close to kissing him.
Mm-hmm.
And she went and said, let's go. Well, he said it too. Let's go get a nightcap or whatever that he said.
And they were going to the whiskey bar around the corner from her house.
Around the corner from her house.
Yeah, because she asked him when they were at the bar if he wanted to do a nightcap, and that's where they were going to go do the nightcap, at the whiskey bar. So supposedly, but right. I don't know that Francesca and Brad have been seeing each other. I just think that they've been working together, and they've been working together closely, and she was given the position to be his boss. Oh, let's not talk about that just yet. Oh, I know. I said that too. I was like, oh, you really stepping over yourself. But, because she was given the position above him, meaning to be his boss, and they were probably at the same level at the time that she received the position. And because Brad is the golden boy in the office, that you have to make sure, she's just trying to make sure that he gets his just due in the office. So she's had a crush on him for a very, very long time. She's just waiting for her time to sneak in where she fit in.
Yep. And when other people start to get in your situation, that makes matters worse.
Absolutely.
Because it almost increases the chance of y'all not staying together because you got someone else in your ear,
Mm-hmm.
saying, we all need what night, you all know what
Oh,
nightcap means. Yeah,
absolutely, we
what?
do.
Okay,
We
okay,
all do.
right, exactly. We're
And
grown.
she
We're
was trying
grown.
to get in where she fit in because she knew that wasn't his norm. He's not going
Right,
to go out because he always goes home to his wife and kids.
right.
This was out of character for him, and she figured this is my opportunist, to do exactly what I needed to do to see that I'm feeling him, and he needs to pay a little more attention to me and less to his wife. Not that he's not already doing that.
Well, see, you so hard on Cooper. I can't, but yes, yes. And so Francesca is not helping matters at all. Okay,
No.
Brad is Brad, and Brad is who he is. But Francesca is in a whole nother position, and
Oh,
she being
absolutely.
real messy
Absolutely.
right now, real messy. I'm
I
trying to
just
think.
wanted to make sure that I was, not passed over. What? Are you serious? This man has a wife and children.
Girl,
Okay, so that
So let
means
me
that
ask you a
this has
question. Let me
happened to
ask a
you
question.
before.
uh-huh.
Let me ask y'all ladies a question. You're in Brad's shoes. You're at that dinner. What's your next move?
First of all, if I was Brad, I wouldn't have went to the dinner.
I mean, not Brad, Cooper. You in Cooper's shoes. You at that dinner.
I
What's
wouldn't
your
have
next
went to
move?
the dinner if I was Cooper either. Cooper
I
is
wouldn't have went nowhere,
torturing.
but
Cooper is torturing himself, but he doesn't right now. He doesn't know what to do, and that's part of the reason why he's torturing himself.
Cooper
And then
went to that, yeah, but Cooper went to that dinner to see her reaction to Brad.
thank
I
you.
do believe that. I do
That's the
believe
reason.
that.
That's the only reason why Cooper is at that dinner. She wanted to see reaction,
And
Yes.
and he got his answer.
after seeing that reaction, what would have been your next move?
Let's go. I've seen all I needed to see. Let's go. The dinner would not have happened. Drinks would have not been served. Nothing would have been served because Sasha already broke it down to her. He's going to always get that second chance with you because you can't let go. You can't let go of this man. He's going to come back and say, I'm sorry. And you're going to always come back and give him that second chance.
Always.
Third, fifth, 10th, whatever it is. He's
Let me.
going to always get a second chance back. Stop it, baby.
Well,
Now
let
this is
me
the
let me
part.
throw this in there. Let me throw this in there, Kev. So also in this episode, we saw that when she was with Brad, way back when, that she got pregnant, and when she told him that she was late, and thought she was pregnant, he lost his mind. He lost his mind. So he lost his natural mind, and then she was like, he was like, "What you gonna do?" And she was like, "But wait a minute, what are we gonna do?" He was like, we don't want this. Okay. And then he tells her about her PhD, but she's like, I want the baby. He was straight nasty to her. Okay. So now all he had to do was send her a little box with a little baby jacket in it, and he got her back. He forever is doing this tug of war with her. Like he throw rocks at her. She's bleeding. She's darn near in the ICU. He goes there, donates some blood, and saves her life. And she's like, we're back together again. I'm like, girlfriend, if that piece right there didn't shake you up, nothing will.
But
She already knew he didn't want kids, but because they had a connection, she just assumed that it was going to be okay if she had this baby by him.
okay, let me break that down. Okay, she's running around with all these guys. They're living a single life, right? Party, party, party. Now all of a sudden you get pregnant. You wanted to get pregnant. Don't play.
I don't.
She didn't want to get pregnant. I
No,
don't think that was the case.
no, I
I
don't
don't
either.
think that was the case. Both of them were. bad
Reckless.
at protection.
Yep, they were reckless
Both of them were
because
bad. And guess what's
yep,
going to happen
yep,
if you don't wear protection?
yeah, yeah. They
That's
they
what
they
happens when you don't wear protection.
yeah, they were reckless. They had sex whenever, wherever, and however.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Exactly.
then the other thing with Brad is Brad just knows how to please a woman. So that's part of what she's stuck on. And then when they had the scene where, again, Cooper's trying to do what this diary, is saying, when he tried to do that method with her and it wasn't
Oil something.
working, that was just a disaster too. I felt so bad for Cooper. I'm like, oh my God. I felt so bad for him, so bad for him. I'm just like, what he can't win. But again, she could have had a little more compassion because he was trying. She was like, no, do this, do that, but she wasn't even enjoying it while he was trying. She could have had more compassion in teaching him and helping him, and maybe he would have got it. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I would have. He's trying something he never tried before.
Right.
Okay, she doesn't know about it, and she's like, "What are you doing?" That right there, that's not a comment. That's not a comment you want to hear when you're having sex. What are you doing?
Right.
So that right there was a disaster. My thing is this: the way I see it, the way I would approach it, I would look at what I did best and focused on that, and not trying to be him. That's me. So
But I mean,
because
you can
she,
learn new things,
no,
right?
what I'm saying you couldn't. I'm not saying you can't learn new things, but if we're gonna learn something new, it ain't gonna be something new you and your ex did, or something you and my ex did. Let's try something new. He's trying to be him, and so that's where the problem is. You're not him. You're not built like him. You're not him.
Well, I no, I think he's trying to please her the way he did. I don't think necessarily he's trying to be
No,
Brad.
not trying to be him personality wise, but in the bedroom or in the sex game. He's trying to be Brad, and he
He's
can't.
trying to please her. He's trying to please her. I disagree. I need somebody to chime in on this. I think he is just trying to please her, and he knows that what she has wrote is pleasing to her. So that's why he's trying to do that. But then if she's not even encouraging him in the right way and she's getting frustrated, he's like, forget it. And that's when he was like, I'm not him. So you can't, this is new to your husband. You gotta give, it gotta be some type of give and take. You got to work with him because, yes, he's not Brad. He's not going to get this technique that's new to him right off the bat because, one, that's just not who he is. So you got to work with him and teach him and have some patience and understanding if you want him to get this method right and please you in a certain way. You can't, you're never going to get it the way she get it. Just like she didn't like when he was trying to watch football and have sex with her. How do you think it feels when you trying to do something and the person laying there like, hmm. He knows, he can feel that she's not into it and that it's not doing anything for him. So now he gets more frustrated and he can't even perform. Go
If
ahead.
it's, if that wasn't working the way it planned out, stop and do something else.
Agree.
Go back to a familiar situation, a familiar position, one where you know that's your A game, whatever it is. But that wasn't it. So if it, it just didn't make sense to me. And but I wanted to bring up a part because we talked about dinner, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you can bring Francis back on this one, but this one bothered me. It bothered me. It bothered me. It bothered me. My issue was I know she got a credit card in her phone. Why she ain't call Uber? Why you getting on that man bike? Call a cab. Hell, thumb a ride. I don't understand. You need a ride? No, you did enough. Holler back. You bring him to our house? Then you let him in
Why
to see
didn't
the
she call
kids?
Sasha?
I,
Why didn't she call Sasha? I
Sasha bounced. Sasha
because she
said, "I."
did
But
not want to go home with Sasha. She wanted to do exactly what she wanted, and that was to be around him. Danae, I'm going to fight her. I'm going to fight you.
Come back in.
but
Okay,
she
so
wanted.
Kevin,
So
okay,
there was
let me
no reason for that.
hold on
There was
now.
no reason for it at this.
Time out. Let me say this. Sasha left her.
Yeah, Sasha
Sasha
was gone.
left.
She left
Sasha
everybody.
left because she was pissed. Because she's like, chick, you about to lose everything over this man. What are you doing? So Sasha left her. So there was no going home with Sasha. And she came to dinner with her husband. There's been plenty of times, I don't know, somebody got to talk to me in the chat here. There's been plenty of times when I went out with my man and I didn't have no wallet, no nothing. I had my purse, maybe. I don't even know what was really in it. My lip gloss and my hand sanitizer. And I ain't have
Okay,
a dime to my name.
okay.
Um,
Here's the deal. Hold up.
yes,
Can I say something?
yes,
Now
of course.
she runs back and forth to New York, right? Remember their car was broke. She got to the train station somehow. You don't need nothing with Uber and Lyft.
I
You
don't
push a
have
button.
Uber. I don't have Uber and Lyft in my phone. Everybody don't like Uber and Lyft. I told you I don't like it.
You could pay for a cab through Zelle. You keep trying it. Everybody got their bank app on their phone.
I
Everybody and their mama
don't.
got their bank app on their phone. Don't start
I
with the
do
start.
not. I do
Your
not.
bank app not on your phone. You living dangerously. Cash app something.
I
Cause
have Cash App, but I don't have my bank app on my phone.
I
I
trust
don't
me.
even have a lock on my phone. So like if I drop this phone today, somebody can go right in it. But I don't have my bank app on my phone. But here's the thing, right? We want to deal with the issue of why did she let him ride her home? First of all, I'm mad at her husband for not making sure she got home. I know he was pissed.
Yeah.
I know he was pissed, but I would have been pissed and I would have took myself to where I was gonna go. But I would have been like, okay, no, get in this cab, get in whatever. So he was dead wrong for not making
Get on the
sure his
bus.
wife and get on the bus. He
That's
was
right.
making sure.
Catch that Z8. Catch that M6 or something. Catch something. Catch
So
that 46. That whatever you got to catch. Catch
yeah,
the red line. I don't know.
he was wrong for not making sure she got home, right? So
I give you
again,
that.
okay, of course, Brad, he ain't gonna let her be in the street just waiting there and not nothing. So he comes with his motorcycle. But again, as soon as she got on that motorcycle and she had to put her hands around him to hold that man, she lost her mind. She cannot be around him, do anything with him without reminiscing and losing her natural mind. So
That's
she
why
put
she
her
needs to
hands around him.
bounce.
Huh?
That's why she needs to bounce.
Well, she
She
put her
got
hands around him. He took her home. This is the part where I got mad at her. All right, so he took you home because you
this
needed a
part.
ride home. You let this man in your house to see your babies? I'm like, shit, what is wrong with you? First of all, in your house, in your marital home. I'm like, you letting this man in your marital, like you don't get it. What if her husband went home? He said he was going to, the dinner wherever Francesca was, but what if he went home? You letting this man in your home? I said, yo, this girl, I was like, I wanted to choke her. Then you let him come up and see the baby? And trust me, if he would have kissed her, she would I have no doubt that she would have end up having sex in with him in her home if he didn't leave. Brad left. If Brad didn't leave and he wanted her, I think she would have been in it. She said,
Mhm.
first of all, I wouldn't have been there to need a ride. Girl, me either. Me either. But we talk about Billy, and Billy is a hot mess. She's emotional. She's all over the place. Um, she needs help. She needs counseling. She's a mess.
Jesus and everybody else, disciples and
Well,
everybody. She needs Jesus and the 12 disciples. She needed it all. She
she needed
gone.
all. She
She
needed
gone.
all. But yeah,
She gone.
the ride wasn't the worst part of it. The worst part of it for me was she let this man in her home to see the babies.
Nah, you lost that privilege when you kicked me. I don't want to skip. I don't want to skip too far. You lost that privilege when you broke up with me. You
No,
broke
how
my
about
heart.
this? You lost, first of all, you don't have a privilege to see the kid that I had with my husband. I'll show you a picture. Now that I got in my phone. Here they go right here. Here they go. Here go little Hudson, and here go little mama. And you ain't gonna physically see my kids. Get out of here. Go in my home that my husband is working hard and paying for. No, Brad, you cannot.
But you got me with that when Cooper should have made sure she got home. I don't care how mad he was. That is his wife.
That's
So he
his
should
wife.
have made sure she got home. But
100%.
but at the same time, you still ain't supposed to get on back of that motorcycle. I'm telling you, she had a cut. She had something. I don't care. You better
Well,
walk.
Kevin, she had to get home. You noticed she didn't have no bag or purse in her hand. She had nothing.
Didn't she come off the train and that babysitter met her at the train station? Somebody watching them kids. Come pick me up. I know she had a phone on her. I know she had to have a cell phone. I know she
She
had a cell
had
phone.
she I'm sure she did, but guess what? Guess what? He right here. I'm ready to get home. This night was an epic fail. She done did everything else. I'm just gonna hop on the bike and get me a ride home, whatever. And then if my husband was home, I would have been like, you left me there. You left me there. You took the car and left me there. So he drove
Francis,
me
help me out,
home.
please.
Ain't no damn way, excuse my language, would I have gotten on the back of that motorcycle. Ain't no damn way he could have taken me home and I allowed him into my husband's house. Have you lost your mind? I said, absolutely. You have lost your mind. What you're trying to play on his heartstrings because he helped you lose a baby that you absolutely wanted. Come on now. Come on. That was the total disrespect. I said, Lord Jesus, if I was just standing next to her, I just wanted to just pop her upside her forehead and say, what are you doing? Be that devil on the side, because I'm going to be the
Yeah.
devil. I'm not going to be the angel. I'm going to definitely be the devil. And what is you doing? What are you really doing? What are you doing? Have you
Girl,
lost your entire? You cannot tell me you couldn't have called Trina. You couldn't have called one of the other ladies to come and pick you up. Hey, I'm stranded at X Y and Z restaurant. Brad had to go into town and wasn't able to take me to the bring me home. So is it possible that you can come pick me up? Come on now. Come on now. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. You have other people in your pocket that you can get a hold of, and you're just being absolutely rude to your husband. That was just disrespectful in all manners. Sorry.
That was the
the,
icing on the cake with the dinner. The dinner was disrespectful, but the icing on the cake was just you getting on back of the bike.
the,
I hope
no,
y'all put
the
them in the ditch.
icing on the cake was you letting this man in your house.
That's
Um,
all together. That's the
Icing on the
icing.
cake
That's
is
the
that
icing,
you even
that's
asked
everything.
your husband.
no,
You
listen,
asked your husband to come go to dinner with your ex. Have you lost your mind? To
listen.
pretend that trying to pretend that Sasha is into him like that. Sasha already told you it was just sex. Sasha told you she has no reason to be attached to this man other than a sexual conquest.
But
That was
Sasha said it
it.
best though. Sasha said it best. You want to cover a lie with a lie?
Exactly.
You want to
Exactly.
you want to cover a lie with a lie?
That part right there. Now I love when she said that. I love when she said that. But
Yeah,
once again, you know what?
that's a
You
real friend.
they all got like codependency relationships going on, right? Because Sasha said that to her, but yet Sasha still did it for her. She was like, "All right, I'll convince Brad to come."
Because that's
She
her
still,
girl.
yeah, but I
And
mean, you
she
see
knew
your
Brad was
girl.
going to say yes anyway because he wants to sit across the table from her.
I would if I was Sasha, I wouldn't have did that either. You a damn fool. Hell no. Mm-mm. Not
And
me.
then tried to tell the Paris story like it was such a romantic time being in Paris with him. No, it
Oh,
wasn't.
that was so
It was what you
messy.
wanted it to be. It was what you wanted to be. It was what you went, not necessarily went there for, but you knew what was going to happen when the two of you got together because your girl is already locked down in a marriage with two kids.
Well, when he was sitting there telling the story about them being together on that trip and saying they barely had any clothes on the whole time, I was like, "Good Lord!" See, he is so messy. He's so
He's
messy. He
only
was
doing
just
that because
fucking and
yeah,
fucking
but
and
he knows,
fucking at Cooper.
and she's fantasizing about it.
Yes.
And she's fantasizing about it. And I'm like, girl, what? First of all, they
Oh,
would
she
have
got
never made
hot
it to
and
the
bothered.
table.
She
They
got
would have
hot.
never made it to the table. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that they were.
You
But
came
she got
in the
hot and
door.
bothered when he told the story, and that's when she had to get up to go to the bathroom. She was like,
Yeah,
"I gotta pull myself together."
but they would have never made it to the table. See, when Brad walked in, all his eyes was on Billy. He never acknowledged Cooper and until he sat down. They would have never made it to the table because I'd have been like, I'm not doing this. And you need to either come with me. And if you decide to stay, you need to turn in your keys. That's it, and that's all.
Well,
If
well,
you decide to stay, you need to turn in your keys.
well. See, let me say, I'm gonna say this is another reason why Cooper shouldn't have went to that dinner. When he went to see Brad in his office, and Brad punked him in the office, he should have known then. Like, why would you go and agree to have dinner with this man? He can't handle it. He can't handle him. Cooper cannot handle Brad.
He can't handle he wasn't going to try to handle it. His goal was to size this man up to see what he is to my wife
Right.
and how can I change the thought process. See, changing the thought process was coming. But it's not about the emotion in this relationship. It's all about the sex. I'm not giving my wife what she wants sexually. And he is her sex. He is what she wants. He's her crutch for sex. I'm not that person. And I know I'm not that person because my stuff ain't working right.
But listen, but he's not, but you know what though? It beyond the sex with them, it's the emotional connection. Catch the key word that Brad said. You're not writing about all of your sexual escapades you had and all of these other people you slept
Mhm.
with. You are writing about him. And
But
then remember,
that's
she said, I
right.
wrote about you too. He said, what? That I liked your parents and I cooked you dinner?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's glassing over her husband and not
Right.
giving him his just due. See, he took you away from Brad and away from the city so that you can live the life that he wanted, not you.
No, 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 Francis. No, let me
She
go back to her words. She said in this episode, I want the adventure, but I also wanted the happily ever after. She wants both. So Brad is the adventure,
Cooper never
Cooper
gave
is
her
the
that
happy ever
when
after.
but they weren't getting. If she wanted it in one man, she was never going to get it with Cooper because even in their dating, he wasn't adventurous.
No, no, no. She knows that. What she said though was, and I wrote this down, she said, I wanted adventure, but I also wanted the happily ever after. And she said, Cooper is my happily ever after. So she
What?
left behind the adventure because, all that adventure brought her a lot of pain.
Exactly.
No,
So
she
do
left
not,
behind a
let me
heartbreak.
tell y'all two right now. Do y'all gonna stop calling Cooper the rebound? Can
He
I get
is
some
the
help
He
in
is
rebound.
the
the chat?
He
rebound.
No,
is the rebound.
he's not.
He
Cooper
is.
the rebound.
Because she went after everything. Because look, Brad took her to see his mom, right?
Mhm.
Brad gave her I don't necessarily know that he ever cooked for her, but he gave her excitement, adventure, and everything. And he could pay for a elaborate meal to be made. But okay, that's cute, right? Brad did the romance, and she's never had romance.
Cooper.
Yeah, sorry. Cooper gave her the romance that she's never had. See, she was always jumping in and out of bed with these guys, and it was never about a connection. It was just about the sex.
No, no, no. Brad and her had a
No, I'm
connection.
not talking. I'm not talking
Oh,
about Brad. I'm talking about the other guys that broke her heart, or
Brad
the
broke her
ones.
heart too.
No, what I'm saying is before Brad. Everybody
Okay,
before Brad was a jump in and jump out. They
right.
they was just the satisfaction for the night. With Brad, the reason they connected because of their backgrounds and the fact that both of them were hurt by their family. Brad being his dad, her being her mom. It wasn't her dad, it was her mom. And they just connect. And then she got pregnant.
Mhm.
She got pregnant. So, of course, that's another emotion. And we are very emotional when we are pregnant. Everybody's hormone is in us. So now she's, really, really trying to figure out if he really wanted this baby. Or was it just I wanted this baby and now I have the babies that I wanted, and here we go. I'm connected to Cooper. I'm connected to Brad on we lost our baby. We absolutely lost our baby, and I just needed to know that he even cared enough that we lost our baby. He didn't really want that baby because you could see her sitting on the side of the bed. She's crying, and he like, what the hell wrong with you? That's the face he was making. What's wrong? The situation
Um,
with.
mm,
He did not want that baby. He only came back so that he could be with her. And the baby wasn't going to change anything. The baby was not going to change anything about Bray. I think it was going to make it worse, honestly.
that I don't know,
That
but I
baby.
I will say this though too. I think I think it might have changed Brad because he did come around and remember. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go into the next episode, but um, I don't know. I don't know. But I will say this for sure. The ties that Brad has on Billy is sick. She got it bad. She
Very
got it
bad.
bad. And she can't seem to shake it off to save her life. And she has it so bad, it has her making one bad decision after another. But if it were me, I will say this, and if I happen to be Billy and I happen to went to this dinner and been at that restaurant, I'm sorry. Brad can go ahead and give me a ride home because my husband done left me here and that was dead wrong. I'm getting on the bike and I'm getting home. Now he not coming to my house, but I'm hopping on the back of that bike and I'm getting home. I'm not waiting 2 hours for somebody to come and pick me up or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I'm gonna get on the bike and he can take me home. That's it.
Um, you caused the situation, Billy. You caused the situation by first inviting him over to dinner. Then, second of all, he comes to the bathroom. You don't leave the bathroom. You entertain a conversation. Knowing your husband's out there. You caused this, Billy. Billy. You caused the situation, Billy. So let's see what you did. You invited it. You tried to cover a lie with a lie. Then you sat there and you got off on him talking about somebody else. You go in the bathroom and you don't leave the bathroom. You entertain the conversation. And now you cause your husband to get pissed and
he
walk
was
away.
talking about him and her going to another country and being with each other. And because it was so hot, they did not have any clothes on. He was talking about Billy.
He was talking about Billy, Kevin. He was talking about
Billy.
And how
he was trying to piss Cooper off.
No, he was. But how rude is that if him and Sasha was really together, how rude is that even saying that mess in front of Sasha? Like, he is just messy. But he came through the door messy. He was like, oh, we got here. We rode my bike and we were slipping in and out of traffic. I said, this dude right here. And he used those words for a reason. You know, we were slipping in and out of traffic, so it was easy for us to get here. I said, yo, he got a mouth on him. He's messy.
How did Sasha get home? She took a cab, right?
Well, Sasha had her wallet. Don't do that.
Took a cab, right?
Yeah, but Sasha had her wallet.
Okay.
Billy had nothing. Go back, look at that episode
and
again.
If Billy had nothing, that means you call the next best thing, your best friend. Or not your best friend, your girlfriend, your neighbor. You call somebody else.
Call Trina.
Absolutely, Miss Laha.
Or somebody.
Exactly. Miss Laha, I absolutely believed it was disrespectful.
Call on the Lord. Call somebody. I don't know what you're talking about.
Creating that situation. She was disrespectful for trying to make something out of this to be that she loves her husband. No, I don't think you really love your husband if you're making your husband get in a situation that you already know he has an issue with.
See,
why would you even do that?
You got to know your strength. Some people know they're not good liars. Billy's not a good liar. Look, because somebody says, I ain't with him no more. I don't love him. Prove it to me. I don't know what you want me to do, but I ain't call him up. I can look him on my phone, whatever. But I'm not gonna walk to the dinner. You walked in the lion's den.
No, you know why she did that too? One, because Sasha's her boo. No, but one, because Sasha's a boo. And two, because remember he told her earlier, I got your back. He was like, your husband came to see me, and she almost fell out. But he calmed her down and was like, don't worry about it. It ain't nothing. I got your back. I would never let any harm or hurt or whatever come to you. So if he covered you when your husband went to his office to see him, surely she thought at this dinner he had her covered. That's why she went. She was confident that Sasha and him was going to play this thing off and make it seem like they was really together, and she would have went home and been okay with her husband. But he's so messy. He sat there and wanted to talk about a story when y'all was on vacation together and barely put any clothes on.
But why didn't she talk to him? Why didn't she say, look, I need you to come to this dinner, and I need you and Sasha to play like boyfriend and girlfriend because I'm trying to save my marriage?
Why did she say something to him? Sasha said she got this. Sasha said she was going to talk to Brad. Why would Billy need to talk to him? Sasha is her boo. First of all, Sasha told her, don't worry about it. I'm going to talk to Brad. I got you. But see, Brad is irrational. Brad does what he wants to do. One minute he on your side and he got your back. The next minute he being messy and he poking at your husband. He was poking the bear from the moment he walked in that dinner.
Absolutely, and that's why they would have never made it to the table. Sasha and Brad would have never made it to the table because her whole expression changed. It was like her body said, instant orgasm. Okay, this is what I know, right? And at that point, Cooper should have said, you know what? I can't do this. You need to come. And if you decide to stay, turn in your keys. I'm sorry. turning your keys, because that was just utterly disrespect. You're salivating over another man in front of your husband. Jesus,
Yeah.
Jesus, come on, man. Come on.
I just said we ain't got to go home, but we gonna get the hell up out of here. We ain't gonna be up in here. We got to see you, deuces. You ain't gonna have me
Yeah.
at this monkey nut. No, no, not in this circus. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, I think he did have his last straw. I mean, everybody can break, right? Because like I said, she let things go from bad to worse. Because actually, like I said, when she was in that bathroom, I would have definitely screamed mercy. Even if I was feeling him like that, I would have played it off because your husband is there. I would have been like, help, somebody help me. And they had the door locked.
Exactly.
They
Brad
had
locked
the
the
door
door.
locked. I was like,
Brad locked the
girl.
door. Brad
Brad
locked the
must have
door.
locked the door. Brad locked the door.
Yeah,
Because he was the
Brad
last
locked
one to
it
come in.
because he came in without the door being locked.
Right.
So he locked the door.
He
But
locked the
my
door.
thing is, the first thing he said to her was, I changed. So now her whole demeanor is like, oh, we can make this work. Right? We can make this work because she's stupid.
Thank you, thank you. She's broken. She's this. She's that. What happened to the word stupid? We take it out of the dictionary. Stupid is still in the dictionary. Stupid. That's what she is. There's no way around that. I don't care how many degrees she got, my PhD, whatever. That whole scenario, we stay on it because how stupid it was. Her actions before the dinner. I mean, there's so many ways you could have played that. Like Francis said, you could have put on the dresses and took pictures and said, "Baby, what dress you want me to wear? Pick out a
Okay.
dress for me."
Let me
Something.
back up and say this. This is something else that he had said when they finally addressed and was talking about the diary in the beginning of the scene. He said he didn't even realize that he didn't touch her in that many months. So he wasn't aware. Like time slipped away, got away from him. So I mean, it happens. Again, their communication is broken. Amongst other things that they got going on, but they definitely got a communication situation that is destroying their relationship too.
But
And
he's not being honest.
I totally believe Cooper that he did not, he did not realize that that much time has passed and they wasn't intimate. Because he's busy trying to make this happen. Like he got a whole career going on, and he became partner. Like you don't become partner by leaving work early and coming to work late. Go ahead, Francis.
Okay, she was pregnant 9 months.
Yes.
So the whole pregnancy, you didn't make love to your wife.
He's trying to protect the baby.
What?
Oh, stop.
But
Stop.
you know what? I love that you want to be
She's
Cooper's
a Cooper
best friend.
cheerleader.
I
She's a
don't know
Cooper
you want to
cheerleader.
be Cooper's best friend.
Mm.
So you mean to tell me in 9 months you never touched your wife? I can understand if you didn't give her fellatio, but you didn't have sex with your wife. Sorry, cunnilingus, not fellatio. But anyway, you didn't touch your wife for 9 months. For 9 months, you didn't touch your wife. You have lost your mind. I'm sorry.
But
Please,
okay,
yes, you have lost your mind.
but
I'm not doing this with you.
wait. We have to say this. So it's two people responsibility, right? This is a relationship. It's two people in this relationship. If one is not doing something and the other one is missing it, somebody needs to use their words. You got to use your words. We're
She's
adults.
dealing with a
Use your words.
4-year-old in a pregnancy.
So you can't use your words, honey. I miss you.
She's dealing with a 4-year-old in a pregnancy. She's home all day with a baby and
Francis,
a
I can't.
pregnancy.
I
You mean
can't,
to tell me
Francis.
that you're not paying attention to your wife? You're not paying. What are you doing that you are ignoring your wife that much that she's missing that type of sex with you?
His jet
I
is broken.
understand he was
His
broken.
wee wee broken.
I
His wee
understand
wee
he's
broken.
broken, but you can't. I'm sorry.
That's
It,
what he should have
I
So
said.
know a few
That's what he should have
men
said.
who jumps when
wait,
they're
Kevin, let
broken,
me ask,
but
wait,
they improvise.
Kevin, I got a question for you. Okay. You're married. Okay. You and your wife, let's make the time frame smaller. It's been 30 days. You gonna let 60 days come, or you gonna talk to her?
Oh, we're gonna have the only way it would be a conversation if okay, I was working 30 days and then she's saying no, like, okay, what's going on? Why are we having sex? I'm not gonna let 8, 9 months go that deep. I'm gonna say something early. And I may seem like it was 2 weeks.
What's early? 30 days is early, 10 days is early.
2 weeks. Now hell, let man is what's Friday, right? We ain't had sex since Monday. Yeah, I might be saying something now.
All right, so you're gonna communicate with her, right?
Oh yes,
So,
Lord.
so Billy should have communicated with her husband. This all can't be on Cooper. She should have said, "Listen, honey,
The
I'm
communication
pregnant."
broke down went before the marriage.
Yeah, no, but wait. She should have said, "Honey, I'm pregnant. Right? You're not gonna hurt the baby. I don't know what's going on, but I missed you. I want you. Let's do this." So it can't all be on Cooper. This man, y'all killing me right now. You're trying to act like this
You
doesn't
killing
happen.
us. You killing us as
This
your
man
Cooper
is working
cheerleading.
hard. He goes to the city from Connecticut to work. He tired. So if you missed me, say something and let me see what I could do. But don't miss me, not say something, and then write in your diary about some other man. We got
Do me a
problems.
favor.
And the problems is bigger than me not having sex with you. We got real problems. So every time I don't do something right, it gives you the right to think about a previous relationship. Get out of here. Stop it.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Nonsense. Shenanigans.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Before our next live, change gray hair D with the Cooper fan club. That's what you do. Change gray hair D with a Cooper fan club. #1 Cooper fan. And
No,
you
I'm
get a
talking
whole
real
Cooper
fast,
fan.
Kevin. I'm
Whatever.
talking real fast, and I wish somebody in the chat will hear me. I'm talking real fast.
Ain't
Kevin,
nobody on your side on this. You keep trying to reach.
no, I'm not reaching. Kevin, we got it. Let's be realistic here. Let's be real. Every time something is not going right in your relationship, it gives you the right and the license to think about some previous relationship. Get out of here.
No.
There's no
No.
relationship that will work.
They both wrong. Billy is wrong, but what I'm saying to you, like, okay,
Exactly.
when they was in the bedroom and he said, I don't know why didn't I think about it. You just told your man last episode that your joint don't work the same. How come you can't tell your wife?
Wait, do you think that's an excuse he's using? Nah, I think Cooper. I think Cooper. First of all, Cooper and Billy,
No
their
man is gonna
sexual.
tell another man his joint ain't working.
But wait,
That
that's
ain't
not
no
true. That Cooper and Billy's sexual appetite is not on the same level. That's one issue they got going on. Issue number two is they're not communicating. Issue number three is it takes two no matter what. If we go simple as something is I'm making pancakes every morning, but you want eggs, you getting mad because I'm not making eggs, but yet you never told me I wasn't making the eggs. Well, how am I supposed to know? I thought the pancakes was fine. So when you're not getting sex from your partner and you don't communicate it, I'm so telepathic, I'm supposed to just know? No, you got to use your words. Use your words. Go ahead, Kevin.
How Cooper couldn't figure out his wife's sexual level
Because
was
she
higher than
hid
his? Took
it.
him 8 years.
Because she
Took him
hid
eight
it.
years.
Because she hid it. She most certainly did. She most
That's
certainly
a
did.
good
That's
hide.
why he said in this episode, you think if you would have told me about all of this sex, I would have loved you less? He said, no, I wouldn't have. And again, his problem is really not about these men. His problem is not even really so much that she's writing. The problem is she's writing about one specific person. So that's telling me that you love him, that you want him, that you miss him. You don't just miss sex, you miss Brad. That is Cooper's problem. So if she was writing about, oh, John, me and John did this in the bathroom, and then when I was with so-and-so this, then so-and-so that. No, she's not doing that. She's writing about Brad and Brad only. So what you going to think? And you cannot, I will fight you to the end. You cannot blame all of this on Cooper.
I'm not.
Billy owns
Billy fool all the way.
Billy owns 98% of their issues. It's on Billy's back. Period. It's on Billy's back.
It's on it. I'm not going to say 98%. I'm going to say 99.9.5.
But okay.
I'm going to say, because you had no business writing about another man.
Right.
Period. You had no business writing about another man.
Well, thank you, Francis.
Where's 0.5%?
Amen.
Here's 0.5% is because you're trying to live up to another man's life with her. Have you lost your mind? What is wrong with y'all grown people? What is wrong? You're trying to live up to another man's prowess. Her adventure with this man. That should have taken that. What you should have done was created something else for y'all.
Thank you.
You should have created something else for y'all.
Well, okay.
You should have.
Right.
Say that again.
The problem is though, is that Cooper is out of his element. Okay. And so when you don't have a blueprint, when you don't have a reference to go by, but you know somebody needs XYZ, he's taking what he's reading because that's his only reference right now. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. He knows that she liked those sexual positions. So he said, let me not reinvent the wheel. She likes this coil position or whatever it is that Brad did. Let me figure this out. Let me see if I could do it. If you know somebody likes chicken, Kevin, you gonna cook them ham? No, you gonna try to cook them the chicken, and you know they like it a certain way. You like, okay, she like fried chicken. Let me fry some chicken. Now you don't fry the chicken the way that the other person fried it, but you tried the fried chicken. You're not gonna go get steak, ham, or whatever. You're gonna get the chicken. That's what Cooper's doing right now. He's trying to do what he knows she likes.
If I didn't know you like chicken, and you was eating my steak, and I don't know how to fry chicken, I'm gonna make the best steak with the side of potatoes and put the cheese on him with the scoop. I'm gonna make it the bomb ass steak. I'm gonna put my foot in him. Boom. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna try to make his chicken. I can't make his chicken. That's his recipe.
Well, she's still praising it.
At some point, my recipe was filling you up. So now here's the deal. Let's keep it real. She had an orgasm somewhere in there 8 years. So guess what? Go back.
Hold. You're assuming because they had sex all that time, she had an orgasm?
Did she not say the sex with Cooper in the beginning was good?
She said it was good. It could be good and you could not have an orgasm.
Huh?
Yeah, it could be good and you not have an orgasm. So she said it was good. Let me tell you about Brad. Brad, no matter
what you said last time.
Well, you hold on to that. You think about that and you keep your seat together. Let me tell you something about Brad. Brad, in every situation, he didn't care if he got his or not, but he made sure she was always pleased. Always. And that's another problem that Cooper is having. Cooper can't do that, but Brad always did. You see how when they went to visit the mom and they was in the elevator, when they went to visit the mom and they was in the elevator, Cooper made her happy. And then they went in the house and they chilled with the mom and they did whatever they did with the mom. When they was in the, every time you see them somewhere, the first thing that always happened when her and Cooper getting together, her and Brad are getting together, Brad is making sure he pleased her to no end. Cooper, on the other hand, she can't even get hers off with Cooper. And then when she tried to, get the darn vibrator that time, the poor thing, the vibrator batteries was there. She can't win with Cooper. But with Brad, hands down, every time they touched each other, she was
Brad
in
would have
heaven.
turned off the game. That's why Brad would have turned off the game.
But even you got to get past that, because they showed other sex scenes with them, and they still couldn't get their life together. The one in the car, he couldn't pull himself together because the breast milk was squirting in his face. Okay,
Well,
then
all of
his
that was
right
because you're
here.
trying to do something somebody else did with her.
Thank you.
Right. But you know what though?
Figure it out for yourself. If that's the case, then what he should have asked her was, instead of having sex, can you give me some head while we going home? You got the car fixed, right?
But hold on though. But she could do things too to make him comfortable because he's trying.
Exactly. And when, instead of her saying, "Look, I'm not trying to make you do what Brad has done to me. Let's make our Let's do our own." But she's not saying nothing. And when she's trying to talk to him about the diary, it's too late because he's fed up. He's fed up because she's still writing this stuff. And then he's going
emotional. No, let's use emotional. Let's use emotional.
No damn emotional. He's stupid. You stupid because you reading it and you trying to outdo another man.
He's not trying to outdo him.
Be able to do it.
I need help. I need help. I gotta find me a fourth.
You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You can't do it because Brad gave her something that Cooper will never be able to do for her, and that is excitement with sex. That's that,
and it's a deep emotional connection.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not, but the romance that Cooper gave her in the beginning of their relationship is diminished. So the romance is gone. I can almost guarantee you, if he stepped it back up in the romance department, you don't have to cook, but at least give her 30 minutes of your time once you got home from work that you all are both de-escalating. You're de-escalating from work and she's de-escalating from the children.
It's up to Cooper to fix this situation.
I didn't say that. I said both, but he's not even giving her the 30 minutes. And when he is, and when that 30 minutes is there, it's less than 2.
Yeah, so
rabbit humping somebody.
5 minutes is 300 seconds. 5 minutes is 300 seconds.
He's not even giving her that.
Y'all so mean. Y'all so mean.
What am I saying? Look, go back and look at the scenes again. They don't even last 30 seconds half the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that? Come on now. Come on,
oh my
don't
God.
do that. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Because you would be mad.
Sorry, Charlie.
You would be mad. And I do not blame her for being mad. And if he had never found that diary, it would have just been a fantasy. It would have just been a fantasy. She would have never gone into the city to see Sasha. She would have never seen Brad. It would have just been a fantasy. It's because he acted upon that book or that writing, is that now she's looking to do something, to do it, but she wants to do it with Brad because he's not giving her what she needs.
Okay, so let me add this to it. First of all, I think she would have acted on it eventually, something, right? When you laid in the bed breastfeeding your baby and you and having fantasies about this man, at some point the fantasy is not going to satisfy you no more. You're going to want something real.
Yeah,
So
that's season two.
I think it would have eventually went to,
That would have been in season two. But
yeah.
this season, no. No, that would have been in season two.
Mm.
But
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. So the thing is, right, in a relationship, okay, sex is a part of that relationship, but is it the end all be all? So if something physically happens to your partner, are you bowing out? Are
No,
you
because it's
bowing out now because you know the sex is not there? So Kevin,
well,
you keep saying he's trying to be Brad. I'm trying to help you understand, and I want y'all both to go back and watch 1 through 5 and get your mind right. I'm trying to get y'all to understand
we
that
saw
he
the
is
same thing
not.
you
No, no, no,
saw.
no. Hear me out. Hear me out. He's not trying to be Brad. He's trying to please his wife. And right now, because of her darn written words, he feels the only way he can please her is by doing these things that Brad did.
once he
But
found out that Cooper was hung stronger than a damn tree, once he
you
found
Brad,
that
you
out,
Brad,
I'm
you Brad.
sorry. You probably would have just said, you know what, those are my shortcomings. I don't have that, and I need to figure something else out. Because if in that book, if I don't remember if she wrote it in there, but she said in like the first episode that she's done 73 of the
Different,
however
yep,
many Kama Sutra positions, right?
yep, yep.
Guess what? Kama Sutra, I don't know what that is, but let me go figure it out. You know what, baby? I
But
think
he was
I
trying to
figured out
do one of the 73, the coil position, and he couldn't get it right. Here's
because
the
he's
thing.
not hung like a tree.
No, but hold on. Everybody needs a teacher. You gotta learn from somewhere, right? So he
Understood.
doesn't know. She is not a good teacher. She's not a patient teacher. She's not a kind teacher, and that's her
So he should
husband.
call
First
Brad
of
up,
all,
tell him.
there's something called the Google, and that's been out for a very, very,
He
very, very,
tried.
very long time.
He thought he had it.
There's no way he looked up in Google to figure
Yeah,
out what that position
use
was.
the Dewey Decimal System. Something I don't know.
What you
There's
say,
no
Kevin?
way he looked on the information highway
Wait, what did
Use
you
the
say,
Dewey
to
Kevin?
see
use
exactly
the Dewey
how that
Decimal
position
System.
is supposed to work.
Use the what?
The Dewey Decimal
Information
System.
highway.
That
Oh,
still works too. Use the
Let me
Dewey
tell you something.
Decimal System.
stop,
That's how
Kevin.
you
Let
better.
me tell you something. Here's the deal. Here's the deal though. This is real talk right here. Here's the deal. Every person is different, and you have to get to know that person when you with someone new, you know, their sexual preference, what they like, what they don't like, or whatever, right? And sometimes there's some people that never have to say a word, and that's the Brads of the world. Okay, Brad is that type of person that no matter who he gets with, he will probably please them sexually because that's just who Brad is. Then you have others where it's not that they can't do it, they need to be taught. And if you then you tell them move to the left, move to the right, do this, do that, whatever, and they can catch on and figure it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what that's Cooper. He needs help. So if she enjoys these different positions and everything else, and she wants her husband to adjust to some of them, you know, maybe he not going to get you all 73, but you want him to adjust to some of them, then you're going to have to be patient, kind, and you're going to have to help your husband out, and you got to direct him. Yeah, Kevin is wild.
All I'm gonna
Yes,
say is this.
sassy, it's broke. But if you are a real man and you really want to please your wife, you figure it out,
Thank
right?
you.
So the first part is go to the doctor. The first part is go to the
I'm
doctor.
sure he got benefits.
Whatever it is she
I'm sure he got benefits.
and whatever
I'm sure Cooper got some nice bennies.
exactly, but whatever she likes, and if getting satisfied by the tongue is the thing, you know, you broke. You could
Y'all
have
so
toned her
mean.
down and had a whole lot going on because that's what she likes. So don't. I mean, I can't get on the level of Cooper
You
when
better spit that
he
gum out.
he has an excuse as to why he can't.
You better spit that gum out.
You can't. Honey, please,
You better
Okay,
spit
before
that
because
gum
we
it's
out.
on
That's
what
all
to
I'm
you're
saying.
expecting from
this,
me,
we
right? You
okay.
would be expecting that from me if I hadn't done it to you in 18 months, and you probably would already be hollering and screaming. What's going on?
He would have communicated with her. There you go,
What's
Francis. He
going
would have
on? What's
communicated with
going
her.
on? Right?
He didn't
But
communicate.
he couldn't communicate to her that he feels broken. This is your wife. Hey, look, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my man downstairs because he ain't been acting right. I ain't been feeling to have sex. And it's not because of you. It's just I don't know what's going on.
He told her that. He
When?
told her
No, he
that.
didn't.
Oh, yeah,
When?
no, just now, when in this episode, when they start to talk about the diary, he was like,
That's
"I love you.
now.
I
It's been 18
better
months.
late than
No, he
never."
didn't tell her. He just
You know
said
what,
he said
girl,
work
I
with
love
work
you,
and the
but I'm not
kids.
accepting that one. Absolutely not.
It's better late than never.
I've been in a marriage with you for 8 years. And I don't know how many was it a year before we got married, 2 years before we got married, and everything was going fine. And now all of a sudden it's something ain't right. Something ain't right. I wake up in the morning. I used to have an erection. I don't get those erections no more. I wake up and just go to the bathroom.
But
Uh,
he did
I
say,
don't. I sleep next to my wife. I understand she's breastfeeding, but her coochie ain't breastfeeding. I'm sorry.
but hold
I
on.
don't get it. I don't get
What
it.
did he say? He said, I could hear you get up, even though she wasn't crying. So what was
Yes,
that? What he said? I wanted to ask you about that. He said, I could hear you get up
yes,
in the middle of the night, and it wasn't to breastfeed the baby. I knew
yep,
something was wrong. I should have asked something about it. But
right,
she ain't say nothing.
right. Right. I forgot that you bring up a very good point, Kevin, and we could kind of close out with that topic right there. Yes. So he was feeling some kind of way even before he saw the diary. Okay. So he knew something was going on with her. Because, like he said, you was getting up in the middle of the night to do something because the baby wasn't crying when you was getting up. He didn't know how to address it. And you cannot tell me you never been in a relationship and there was a problem going on and you just did not know how to address it. Kevin, answer that question right there. Just tell me that is true. It's true.
Yes, I've been in that situation. It
There
wasn't
you go.
sex,
That's all
but
I need to hear. That's all I need
it
to
was
hear.
it
So
wasn't sex,
have
but I've been in
compassion
that
for
situation.
Cooper. Have compassion for Cooper.
I didn't. Okay, so first of all, I've been in that situation. I didn't know how to address it.
Right.
This was so 20s,
Oh
maybe
God.
30s. But my thing is this: I wasn't in a relationship for 8 years and didn't know how to address it.
Since out of control. She out of control. She said you got 72 hours and I'm addressing it. Go
Mhm.
ahead, Kevin. So
So I mean,
so
like
Kevin, go ahead.
the one thing about we talk about sex and all this stuff. All I know is this: if I'm married to you and we have this thing called pillow talk, we should be able to talk about anything, everything. Your differences, mine,
Amen.
what's bothering you, my. Even if I can't bring it up now, at some point I should be able to talk to you. I should be able to roll over, look at you, and say, "Babe, here's the situation. Woody, woody, woo, woody, woody, woo, 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 woo." Other than that, like I said, you men do not. I mean, I'm not saying you don't, but how can you tell your man's that your joint ain't working right, but you can't tell the women you're using it with.
Easy, Kevin, easy. That to me though is not even foreign. But let me say this to you. First of all, breakdown in communication is breakdown in communication. You have couples that will live in the same house and one is sleeping in the bedroom and one is sleeping on the couch.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
all the time.
So yes, pillow talk is pillow talk. But here's the thing: when everything's good, it's good. When things are not good, they're not good, and that's why people go in. Some people go in with prenups. Why? Because when we together and we happy, yeah, I ain't gonna take nothing for you. No, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. But when the breakdown comes, you see a whole nother person, and that's where those prenups come in. So all I'm saying to you is sometimes people find it difficult to use their words, right, wrong, or indifferent. But we're going to close out like this. You in a situation, you have an opportunity. You going to go with the Brad or you going to go with the Cooper? You going to go with, like you said, the Brad Gina, whatever you're going to say? Or you going to go with which one you going with? Are you taking your Cooper or are you going to take your Brad? Which one you taking?
I already told you that. If I'm married, I'm taking my wife. I'm taking that. If that's my wife, the past is the past. It's in the past for a reason. So I'm not going back to that. I don't care how good the sex was. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with what I have right now. I need to fix what I have right now. That's
And
who I'm
so,
married to.
okay,
That's
okay,
what that's what
all
that's
right,
what I'm dealing with right
perfect.
now.
So understanding that maybe that your Cooper does not have the same level of sexual appetite, and they're willing to try somewhat, but at the end of the day, they're always got to be the person that they are. You good?
Yeah, they're willing to try. Yeah, if it's like this. If if my ex can do a full split, but my current girl can't, I don't want you yourself in traction because you trying to do something. Maybe she was a gymnast. Maybe she did gymnastics. You ain't doing that. I don't want you to do something you're not. I don't need you to hurt yourself. So I mean, it's the point of, but if you're still giving me sex and we're figuring it out, you know what I mean? Okay, so she didn't weigh as much, she can hang from the ceiling. You weigh a little bit more. You can't do that. It is what it is. I knew what I got into when I got into it. But you work these things out. So if something's not working, excuse me, then you sit there and you talk about it. Like you said, the breakdown of communication, if you break the whole show down, it's a lot between Brad and Billy. Their communication is on a 2
If
out of
even
10.
that, if even that. Go ahead, Francis.
Billy,
Shorty communicate better than they do.
Billy is not seeing that that Cooper is trying. She's really not seeing it. So if I'm gonna give Cooper a pass on anything, it's because Billy wants what she wants and it's not Cooper. Okay.
Amen.
That's the only pass Cooper gets. That's
You
it.
gave him something. You gave him
That's
something,
that's
and
that's
I'll
the
take
only
it.
pass Cooper gets because you cannot tell me that a that you're so jealous of what's written on paper, written in a tablet, that you have to act on everything that's there. You can't afford to do that because your stuff don't work. Your stuff don't work. You there's no way that you're going to be able to perform the way that Brad has performed for her because you can't even get yourself together. You can't even accept the fact that you do 2 minutes of sex.
Tread lightly was saying he jealous.
I didn't say
Tread
jealous.
lightly.
I
Did you
didn't
say?
say
I
he
thought you
was
said he
jealous.
was
No,
jealous.
he's not jealous. He's mad as hell.
He's mad.
He's mad as hell. He's very angry because his wife is going through this fantasy mode of what has been done to her, but she can't even write a page on the amazing sex, the romance, and everything he's given her up to this day.
And that's sad.
Right?
Very sad.
That's sad.
She cannot write anything about this man that's giving her everything that she really wants, which is the husband, the romance, the children, the house, and now I'm ready to just work this out, but she's not. It's not there, and she's never going to get
She
there.
cut Cooper off at the knees by writing that about Brad. She really did. She tore his whole self-esteem and everything down by writing that about Brad.
She
Yeah.
needs to. It. Billy needs to get her whole life together. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she she can't get that demon out of her, off her, and she's not going to shake it. And so they need to go to a counsel. They need to. They need to. He needs to go to a doctor. But it's a lot of communication that is so broken between them. That's why this. That's why the situation is broken. It's just not his penis is broken. The communication is broken.
They
Everything is
need
broken.
marriage counseling.
They need a whole. I mean, you see them laying in the bed. They don't even cuddle. It's just. I mean, it's just broken. Like when he made like somebody mentioned to me, and I forgot about it. When he came home and he said, "Oh, there goes my favorite girl," and kisses the baby. Wow, really, dog? There goes my favorite girl. Not the one that gave you the girl. Ain't your favorite girl? The one you laid up, who carried labor pain, squeezed it out. That's not your favorite girl.
He said girls. He said girls, but then he kissed the baby.
That that's just sad. So I mean, it's a lot, but moving forward, we got to see when Brad comes home. I mean, when Cooper comes home, what happens? You know, where was he at? What is he doing?
Nasty is crazy. She
Is he?
crazy. But I'm definitely going with Cooper. I'm definitely going with Cooper. Brad is the Brads of the world. They will have you in a institution, questioning your whole life
Because you
and your
allow it.
existence. And your
Because you
existence.
allow it.
I ain't
You
messing with
allow
no
it.
Brad.
I'm time enough for Brad.
Huh?
I'm time enough for Brad. You want to play these games? I'm time enough for you, boo. That's what you want? Okay. That's how you want to play it? Okay. Let me send you something. And it may have been 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, right? Of me and my husband. You want to show me that you can have sex with my girlfriend, right? You want to show me that you can have sex with my girl. Well, I'm gonna show you something that my husband was doing for me and making me happy at the time that he was in. I may not be happy right now, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay. But that's something I gotta work through. This is something I created, and now I have to fix it. So
Brad, but see,
it's time enough for Brad.
right. But let me tell you with me, Brad would have never known that me and my husband was having problems.
He
He
didn't,
would have
he wasn't
never,
supposed, no. The only reason why he knew was because she went to Sasha and
yeah.
told Sasha that. And he was at Sasha's. He
No,
would have
I
known
know. I
if
know
he had
why
not
he
been at
knows.
Sasha's.
Yeah, but see, he's using everything in his favor because remember when he said, "Oh, you've been writing about me."
What? He wouldn't have known that. But because she had that conversation before he came out of the bedroom, now this is what's getting ready to happen. I'm getting ready to make your life so miserable, you're going to want to come back to me.
And
But
then
he's
when he get her, he ain't gonna want her.
what happened?
Exactly.
When he get
Exactly.
her, he not gonna want her.
Exactly.
It's the hunt. Sometimes the
Exactly.
hunt is better than the kill.
Exactly.
But if it was a generic situation, I would say okay, Kevin. But the thing with them two is their history is explosive, and with this writing of this show, they make sure you understand wholeheartedly that these two mental connection is out of this world. I mean, literally the scene when she showed, I mean, when I tell you the acting is phenomenal, when the scene when he showed her, like they was in the tattoo parlor and he showed her those two little bees and he said, that's us. She lost her natural mind. And that's all the writers making sure they understand. We understand that this is not your average couple or person thinking about some other man. She's thinking about a man that the connection is so deep. The mental connection is so deep. They added the sex in it, but besides the sex, it's the mental connection. And that's why they let you know also that it's the mental connection, because that's the only man out of all these rendezvous she had. And some, it's not all Brad that had her in those 73 positions. It was some of those other men. So that's why they let you know she's only writing about Brad, because that mental connection was out of this world. And that's why she still has control over her now. Because all of this stuff that he's done, she, first of all, you don't, when you just had a good night with your husband and he texts you the episode before, and he called her actually, and then she tried to talk about, no, I don't love you. Then he texts you, liar. And then you looking at the phone and you can't delete his message.
Why are you even answering the phone?
Well, we know that's a problem, but I'm just saying, it tells you right there the hold he has on her is mental. You want to pick up the phone and you just had a really good night with your husband. So y'all potentially are back on a good path. But again, you let this other party break you by calling you. You pick up the phone, then he calls you a liar and you can't even delete it.
But I'm gonna talk. The key to me in episode 5, the whole thing, episode 5 to me was that damn dinner. That that dinner right there. You was done after that. You ain't had nothing. Once you want that dinner was like the core of the episode, because ain't nobody here ain't wasn't yelling at the screen or cussing at the screen saying, "You dumb heifer, carry your ass." Everybody, I'm like, from the going to it, you saying no. When they walked in there, you said no. When she saw him, you like, oh my God. When he's talking about their rendezvous button naked on some vacation, you like, no, he didn't. And then she getting off on it, you like, no, she didn't. Then she goes to the bathroom, then he gotta go to the bathroom. I'd have been I'd have been right behind him. If I was Cooper, soon as he said he gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta go too. Cause I want to see where he
Remember
going.
he was talking to Sasha at that point.
I
And then
stop.
when he realized, I guess, like she was gone for a minute and Brad was gone, and they was locked in the bathroom. That's when he told her, like, pretty much like, yo, like, how stupid are you? He's like, I love you. Like, how stupid are you?
And look, I'm sitting there. You gotta go to the bathroom, and then 2 seconds later, your ex gotta go to the bathroom. I don't care who I'm talking to. I'm like,
How
that's
about
what
this?
my.
Me, I'm not following either one of you. I got my answer over and over again. I got my answer on over
And
and
just
over
like
again.
Francis
When he
said,
walked
the
in,
look,
I
but
got
like
my
Francis
answer.
said, the look in his eyes and her eyes, then it would have never started. I'd have snatched it by her hand. You carry your ass right now. You, mm-mm. And then you,
But Kevin, and then what? You can't pluck him out of her mind. So what's next?
She's gonna always have him on her mind.
and then
She's
she
gonna
digs a
always
hole.
have him on her mind.
She
And
dig a hole and dig a ditch.
it's gonna always be there. And guess what? It's gonna always be in the back of Cooper's mind. What is she doing? Why is she in the city? Who is she in the city to see? Why isn't she at home with our children? Why? Why? Did she call me and tell me she was going to be in the city? So now you're sneaking and hiding, and you're sneaking and doing devious things. And now in the back of Cooper's mind, it's going to always be, Oh, she's coming to the city for him and
Yeah.
only for him. See, it was
Right.
because
We got wait that
that
music. We can't do it on the live. But you know what, guys? We're gonna close out. We're gonna close out because we have episodes 6, 7, and 8 left. So we got 3 episodes left. We're taking a weekend break. We will resume on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with episodes 6, 7, and 8. So if you did not watch those yet, catch up. We'll be talking about it because some funky stuff is about to happen. Not to say that everything that happened so far wasn't funky enough. Some mess is about to happen. But all I can say is, you know what? This was yet again another episode that brings up a lot of topics that can happen. And realistically, I want to close out with this. Realistically, there's a lot of couples that have communication problems. So it's like the only way to resolve that is to talk, right? And if one person in that union is missing something, it is that person's responsibility to say, hey, look, we used to go to the movies every Wednesday. I miss that. I want us to go to the movies every Wednesday again, or one day, or something like that. You used to touch me. You used to go down to me. You used to do this. I'm missing that. And I want it again. So you got to use your words. The key here is, Kevin and Francis, use your words. You got to use
And
your
I'm
words.
using my words.
And
We ain't going
Billy,
to dinner.
didn't use her words.
We ain't going to dinner. I seen less stuff at IHOP, ghetto ass IHOP. That was just I didn't even know how to even that I still
But they
that's
on a different level. They on a classy messy because, like I said, Brad never loses his cool. He sat back in that thing and was like, "It was so hot. I don't think we ever got dressed, did we, Billy?" And this fool, anybody at that table besides Cooper could have stopped them. Sasha could have said, like, "Shut up." Cause if y'all really were together, and if I was really together with Brad, you gonna let your man sit there and talk to his ex about how they was naked and nude and never got dressed on a previous vacation? That dinner was an epic fail. It was a mess all the way around. Close out,
and
Kevin. What's your final words? Episode 5.
my
Go
final
ahead, Francis.
words
Oh,
is,
okay.
despite what you think, she should have got on the back of that damn bike. I I don't care if she called Uber Eats to give her a ride. She should never got on the back of that damn bike. I don't
She
care.
needed a ride home.
I don't care. You put yourself in that situation. You ain't bring your purse. That's on you. You caused the situation. You
I'm
caused
not
the
bring.
situation.
I'm with my man. I'm with my husband. I don't need my purse.
Yeah, you with your
I
man
don't
because you
care
trying to
what
prove to your
you
man that you're not in
do.
love with the other man. You caused that situation. You suggested dinner, knowing you couldn't take this man. You chose not to bring your purse. You went in that bathroom. You didn't walk out that bathroom. You caused the situation. Catch the Z8 home. Carry your ass. Bye. See you. We good.
Francis, go ahead.
All I have to do is say STUPID on everybody's part. Everybody has a part in this, right? Because the first part was Cooper agreeing to this dumb dinner. And then Cooper not snatching his wife out of there, right? Cooper not snatching his wife out of there when he realizes she's really in love with this man, right? Why did you need Sasha's you know,
Confirmation.
yeah, that they're not having sex? Sasha
Yeah.
don't really know.
Right.
Sasha don't really know. All Sasha knows is what Billy tells her, and she knows that Brad is her crutch.
Yes. Her kryptonite.
Always be her crutch. So yeah, STUPID.
All right. So there you have it, guys. This was episode 5. Y'all know how I feel. I'm still a Cooper fan. Um, and in this particular situation, because I do feel that Cooper should have made sure that his wife got home. I mean, I know you pissed. I know you're angry, but you're still a man and you're still the man in this situation. You should have made sure your wife got home and was in that house. And when she was in that house, you do what you do. And I'm not saying whatever you was going to do would be right, but at least you made sure the mother of your children got home.
Oh,
Right
she
now,
would have just got kicked out the
far as he concerned, she's still at the restaurant stranded. Anyway, thank you guys for episode 5. I will see y'all Monday for episode 6. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us and catch up.
Hello, man.
Yes, king and queen. Congratulations. Yes, I love this. This is absolutely amazing. And thank you for having me. Truly,
No
truly,
problem.
truly.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Sorry for all
Bye.
the disturbance. Y'all
Good
have a
night.
great one. Peace.